Listen. I hustle overtime, attempt to push the culture forward. This that real shit, make a meal with that little gift. Everybody on a hustle, we can make a real shift. So keep your head up, youngin', and just keep on moving. And if you ain't hustling, then I don't know what you're doing. The time is now. I'm sorry, the time is sorry. Yeah. I gotta write my story. No, you can't have my glory. I'm taking all that's for me. Unapologetic.
Man, if you woke up today and you know it's Saturday, you already know what time it is, man. It's Hustle Weekend, man. It's your boy Hustle coming to you live from Globe Life Park. Powered by Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app, man. And this is the Unapologetic Hustle. Man, If y'all tuned in last week, you know your boy had to step out, take care of some personal business, but we back in the building, man. And we gonna make some rounds, man, because today is gonna be all about sports. You know how we do, man. My son is getting ready to play on that next level, man, and I got some key players in the building today. You know, we just gonna chop it up about what it takes to make it. You know what I mean? But most importantly, my guest today, we're gonna talk about his journey. And how he became who he is and known for in this city, man. We are no longer the fake Atlanta, as Poncho G said, man. We D-Town stand up, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's make the rounds, man. PL, what's good, man?
Hey, man, I'm checking in for duty. Welcome back, Hustle. You know I'm looking forward to today's show.
Man, I hope so, man. Look, I had to bring a sports guest for you to liven up, you know. You know what it is, man. But yeah, if you don't know, man, look, we touch 1.3 million every weekend, man. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to build. So we appreciate you for tuning in and following. But we can't sustain that unless we continue to have your support. So we definitely appreciate that. Continue to push us out there. Follow, like, share. And like my homie Poncho G said, you can follow me on my Cash App.
Yes.
The unapologetichustle.com. You know what it is?
Yes. Follow, like, share in that order. Come on, y'all.
That's what it is, man. And if you catch me looking to the right a lot, it's because the game's getting ready to pop off. So I'm gonna try to pay attention and not watch too much of this football that's about to go down there. But none other than the wonderful, notorious. You know, I call it the no-fly zone, but everybody in the area call him Flight. You know, the homie Coach Flight is in the building. What's going on, man?
Man, what's going on? I'm just glad to be here, man. Rainy, look like it's about to rain on us over here, but man, appreciate y'all for having me come out today.
Man, indeed, man. You've been on your grind, man, and like I said, people all they say is Flight, Coach Flight. They don't even call you by your government name. It's just straight Flight. But you're notorious for the craft and the hard work and the skill that you pour into the kids in the area, man. But before we get to that piece, I wanna peel the onion back because I want people to understand who you are,
yes, sir.
right? And why you do what you do. So, everybody that comes to the hustle though, they got to go through the gauntlet.
Yes, they do.
They got to go through the gauntlet, man. And we got a gauntlet of words. So first thing that come to mind, man, is, when you hear these words is what I want you to say, all right?
All right.
So first word is hustle.
It's the grind, man.
The
grind, the time you put in when people not around.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's kind of the story of my life, man. From where we started to where we got, man. It was just nonstop.
Yeah.
Having to prove myself and do the behind the scenes work. So
man, that's love right there. All right, next word, unapologetic.
For me, that's just being. I tell this to my brother and my son all the time. It's, you know, unapologetically be you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all I think is no matter who I'm around, I'm the same guy, the same person. Don't care who it bothers, who doesn't like my, you know, the aura I give off.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm gonna just be me.
Real talk. Next word, family.
See, that's the base, right? That's the foundation.
Yeah,
you know,
indeed.
Those are the people that's with you from the start.
Yeah,
they're gonna be there in the end. So, you know, family. Basically, if I started my pyramid, that's my bottom piece right there.
Absolutely. Final word, legacy.
Shoot, that's who you give off to everybody basically. At the
like
end of
that.
the day, when you finish your journey, that's what we gonna know you as.
I like that.
Did he finish? Did he complete? And all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. I love that you said what you give to others, because we regardless of how we move, we give something to somebody, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Somebody's taking something away from our actions.
Yep.
Right? And I wholeheartedly try to bring all the positive that I can, so that it can change and be a great factor in a person's development versus a negative, right? We got so much of that just from waking up. We got to deal with so many elements already. But no, I love that you said that. So, man, that's what's up, man. So
Right.
you made it through the gauntlet,
Look, and kudos to you for doing that on and off camera.
Yeah.
That's you on and off wax. That is him.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you see, man. I'm a firm believer, man. You got to put the positive out there, because the negative's gonna come whether you wanted it to or not. You know what I mean? It's gonna come. So you gotta fight for the good stuff. This day and age, that's what my hustle's about, man. That's my legacy. So, but let's get back to to the no-fly zone. This is the no-fly zone show, man.
Right on.
We gonna shut it down today too.
We gonna shut.
All right. He's ready. This is going to be good.
We gonna shut it down today, man. So, I mean, a lot of people don't know you, and my base is learning who you are and what you do. So, but I want to take it back to the beginning and who is Flight, man? Tell me who is Flight.
So the name was originally given to me in high school. So I was a 6'9" high jumper, 24-foot long jump guy in high school. I could run, I could jump. It was, it's genetics. It was given to me. Been able to dunk and stuff since like the 7th grade. So they started calling me Flight. Last name is White, so I was Flight White for a while. Everybody was Flight White, this and that. And then eventually it just took over as people just start referring to me as that. And then when I got older and I began training, it was kind of like everybody around me kept saying, man, you can't go by, my real name's Christian.
Yep.
Like, man, you can't go by Christian, Christian the trainer. So then I was like, well, shoot. The kids kept calling me Coach. My friends was calling me Flight. So I was like, well, we'll just merge it into one.
Together.
I'll just be Coach Flight then.
That's
so then,
what's up.
it took it this to where I didn't feel like I didn't want to be that. Like I didn't want an old name. I was only about 23 when I first started, so I didn't want to be this old name guy. So I was like, nah, y'all gotta give me something cool, man. Give me something I can rock with. So it went from there to Coach Flight, and it just stuck with me. Now they just call me Flight because all the kids think they grown now, so they Flight.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you better put a handle, Mr. Coach. Something. Like we coming up on 30. You better tell me something.
Hey, respect. You put some respect on that Flight, man. Put some respect on that Flight. You better Mr. Coach something, double it up or something.
Right.
Yeah. Now that's what's up. So, are you a native of Dallas?
Yes, sir.
So what was your upbringing like? How did sports? Was sports just a big thing in the household?
Honestly, man, at a young age, I really wasn't into. I played the soccer like every other kid, and then it was me and my mom for a while. Pops was kind of coming and going, and it really just took it to where like literally I quit football when I was in 2nd grade. I went out there little league, and man, some kid ran me over so bad, I was taking pads off on the field. Like, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. And I just didn't feel comfortable. And then one of my uncles, Keith Stanberry, was an All-American safety at OU. He kind of stepped in and was like, hey, man, look. Then Pops came back around, and he started showing me some stuff. And from there, I didn't try it again until probably, I think about 6th grade. I think I played flag with some friends. And then I didn't play another padded game until 7th grade, which coincidentally, I hit this huge growth spurt. I've been the same height since 7th grade.
Oh,
so
wow.
7th grade, I was like, oh, yeah, it's on now. Like, I'm running everybody over. And I just had the natural skill sets, just genetics, just blessed me with the ability to do some of the things I was able to do. And that's kind of where I found the love for the game. But it was more so probably competing against my friends,
Right.
like, man, I want to be like them. That's what it used to be me growing up. I want to be like them. Like, they play Little League. I was going to other people's Little League games. And then finally I was like, man, I'm better than these guys. Like,
Right.
So I just kind of saw who I really was, and just took off from there, and it just kind of built up that. I was a receiver back in the day, so I always thought.
So talk to me about that, man. What was the hands like, man? Were the hands nice?
They still certified.
Oh,
the hands are certified. I tell the kids all the time. They start making these in 2008. After that, you can't get these no more, man. They got them Nike man grips. I'm like, these were the man grips.
That was
right
it.
There.
You
no
gotta
gloves.
put it down.
No gloves. I go out there any weather.
That's it.
So
you coming down with it,
man.
So what high school did you play for?
I went to Little Elm.
Little Elm.
Yes, sir. Little Elm High School.
So what was Little Elm? I mean, what was the best season you had at Little Elm?
So when I first moved to Little Elm, I was supposed to go to Hebron High School.
Yep.
My mom ended up getting a house built, and we moved to Little Elm. Little Elm had like 3,000 people to live there, so we were a little 3A school. But we had this man on our team. He was above his. I mean, before his time, man. Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
For Buffalo Bills. Cole Beasley was our quarterback. So when I first moved over there, they were like, man, this is cat named Cole Beasley, man. He gonna be the truth. And I was like, never heard of him. I never heard of him. Man, my first year playing with this guy, I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. Man, the kid was just a human highlight reel. And then the next year was our best season ever. I moved to defense partially because of Cole Beasley. We'll get to. I give him all the credit in the world. Now, he was an offensive machine, but he would not throw that ball.
He wouldn't throw it.
Man, I'm like, dude, hey, we open down fields. So I finally went to coach and was like, hey, man, I can contribute to this team in some way.
Yeah.
But me getting 1 or 2 catches a game or whatever, screens and fades, like. Put me somewhere else. Right. So they're like, well, you kind of a scrappy dude, man. You real confrontational. You kind of aggressive. Let's put you at corner. We're going to move you to corner then. And, man, I start going against other teams' number ones. And then from there, it just took off, man. That's kind of where they were like, well, shoot, we got this receiver, he got long arms, big hands, and he want to put hands on people. We're going to put him at DB. So I tell Cole all the time, man, you go score them touchdowns, I'm going to get the ball back. I'm going to go get the ball back. So that's just where it is from there. We went 8-2 that year, but this is back when only 3 teams went to the playoffs. Right. So we went 8-2 and didn't even get to go to the playoffs. Wow. Some teams now winning 1-2 games and they
still in.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah. State
ranked team and everything. And we got robbed on a tiebreaker rule. We beat a team, we beat the brakes off a team, but they beat a team to beat us by 1 point, and they got in over us. Yep.
Wow. Well, that's the politics of the sports in the area.
Right. Well,
now everybody goes. It's like shoot, four teams, 5 teams. I'm like, man,
they trying to
this game going on the field. They whole district made it. This is a district game in the playoffs.
Right.
And the team they playing, I don't even think they won a game this year, and they in the playoffs. I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, they about to get at it though, boy. We might have to turn the cameras and have this one out there. But that's what's up, man. So Cole Beasley is the reason we know Flight as the defensive phenom in the area, man.
Cole Beasley.
Shout out to Cole Beasley. That's what's up. Do you still stay in touch with Cole?
I haven't talked to Cole in probably about 2 years. When I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, I had ran into him probably like a couple weeks after I quit. And we were just chopping it up, man, and catching up on good times.
Yeah.
We actually have Little Elm, for it to be such a small school. Mm-hmm. We have Cole Beasley that came out of there. R.J. Hampton, shout out to R.J. Hampton, just got drafted. NBA draft. My boy Trevante Rose, that's one of my best friends growing up. Trevante Rose is now a big time actor. He was in the last Predator movie, I believe he was in. Bird Box. He was one of the main characters in Bird Box.
That was one of Netflix's biggest hits.
Yes, sir. And he was Tyler Perry. I forgot the name of the show. I want to apologize to Trey, but he was on one of the Tyler Perry shows that airs to this day. So Trey's doing a big, good things coming out of Little Elm from some of these guys, man. And I just hope they continue.
Yeah, indeed.
Keep putting on.
Man, that's what's up. So you went from Little Elm, but you played collegiate ball.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you play collegiate ball at?
So I went to Northeastern Oklahoma State.
Okay.
And played up there. And just injuries, man. Like, I started off really just focusing on track.
Yeah.
I had some things happen to me in high school as far as, like, and the stuff I always tell the kids, like, I always thought I was an athlete first and not school. So, had all the smarts in the world. I would pass straight A's during football.
Yeah.
But then since I didn't play basketball, I'd be like, man, forget school during basketball. Then I come back track season, and then I try to bring my grades back up. So then it was like, man, it was so many, red flags about me as far as my attitude and just that side of things.
Yeah.
So it prevented me. I had a couple scholarship offers to go to bigger schools.
Right.
And then it was just like the coaches were like, well, man, we want you to do this first. You need to go to JC or you need to retake your SAT or whatever it was. And I just kind of took the easy route at that point. Which, if I can do it all over again, man, and the same thing, like I told you, my brother and the kids that I pour into, I let them know all the time, man, this is the easiest thing you can do.
Right.
Especially now where you ain't even got to go to school. Some of these kids don't even go to school. They get to do school from home.
Yeah.
Get them grades knocked out.
Yeah.
And the rest of this stuff is easy, man. We see it every year. An all-American level kid who's got all the talent in the world is end up going to play in junior college, and he'll never make it out.
Right.
Because these kids don't have that mentality. They're not built for JC is a fight.
It's a real
grit.
fight. Yeah.
And everybody wants it in there. So, I tell these guys, like, I don't want you to go through that fight. I don't want you to go to JC. It's not ideal. There's some up north that are beautiful. You'll go to a school up north and it'll look better than some D1s.
Right.
But down here in Texas and in the South, man, it's like you in high school all over again. You can only eat during these times of the day. The dorms are bad. The living areas are bad. So I took a route I felt was best for me, and I played a couple years, and then injuries. I tore my plantar fascia a couple times, and then I was just done with it after that, man. I don't want to keep going through that rehab and the different procedures, and I kind of got hooked on some pain pills for a while just to practice, just to be able to get out there and practice. So that's also a side of football people don't really talk about much. Trainers are just throwing me back out there. Torn ligaments in my foot. Oh, you all right? Go play.
Go play.
I'm out there playing and taking whatever I can to ease the pain to get out there and compete, just for the love of the game. So, just things like that I wish, I can redo. But, I mean, like I said, it's part of that foundation that kind of made me here to where now I don't take stuff for granted as much as I used to.
Absolutely. Nah, man, like I get to see Flight have as the evolution, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
A lot of people don't know the stories that created Flight and why you do what you do and how you do it. I mean, like if they haven't seen you work with these kids, man, it's like it's a movie. Like real talk. Like you put your heart and soul into training these kids, and it's proven. Like I can go and watch film on somebody. I'm like, Flight work with that kid. Don't even know the kid, but I get Flight work with that kid. Just because I've seen what you do and how you do it, and they emulate that in the games, man, and that's big. I for one want to thank you publicly for the efforts that you provide. Again, a lot of the stuff that we know a lot of the same people, which we've been finding out, right? And just to see that evolution in those individuals as well has been great, and the fact that they admire you the way that they do, and they go out and grind that much harder, man. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. Like I don't want to start calling names on some of these kids, but you got some dogs out there, bro. That's doing some stuff, man. Some already on the collegiate level that's making some noise, and a lot of people counting them out. But they went in there and fought and just kept grinding, and they starting. Making highlight reels out of people. Man. Making highlight reels out of people. But I mean, real talk, they doing it, man. And it's because of that work. So I want to first thank you because you work with my son as well. Which like I don't talk about my son on air too much, but MJ, happy birthday, Doc. Love you. We'll party up later. So yeah, he's on that journey right now, man, and you had a part to play in that as well. But let's get back to the real meat of the matter. So, how can people get a hold of you? Let people know how they could get a hold of you, man.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Flight Skillz with the Z at the end. Easy to get a hold of, man. I mean, I respond to pretty much every message that comes through. And for athletes, if you out there and you listening by chance today, please do not just drop your highlights in my inbox. Introduce yourself so I know who I'm talking to. If you're on Instagram, man, you better have something football related on your page. I be having some kids coming at me and they be like, "Dope boy 24, this and that," and I don't see not one foot. I'm like, well, I'm not interested in what you got. Like,
right.
like you ain't getting a follow back or a message back. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, easy to communicate with. Plenty of, if you need any more visuals, I mean, Instagram page is covered with them. Twitter feed is gonna just constantly be pumping out football knowledge and just retweeting what we do. So anytime you guys make plays, tag me on it. I'll hype it up, because I already know what y'all doing. So
yeah,
just keep it from
yeah. That's what's up, man. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle, man, host of the Unapologetic Hustle. We come to you live each and every Saturday, currently from 11 to 1. I'll go ahead and put it out there, man. The time will be changing. I'm not sure what day, what time as of yet, but right now, every Saturday, 11 to 1, right here on Fishbowl Radio Network, Bashani Radio app, man. And I got none other than, the homie Coach Flight in the building. Got Mr. PL Coulter on the ones and twos.
Checking in for duty.
Yes, sir. And I got another guest, but I'm gonna let him ride today. I'm gonna let him spectate. He ain't here chilling. But you know what it is, man. People coming through, showing love. But Flight, man. So like, what's the driving force for you now, man? As far as like what you got going on, like your business. What is, better yet, what is an in-game specialist? Because you term that like all the time.
So to me, in-game specialist is all my drills, all my teachings, techniques, everything is what's gonna help you for. If you a varsity football player, we aiming for Friday night success. If you a college guy, we want Saturday. For my NFL guys, Sunday. So I'm making sure that everything we do is putting you through what you actually do in a game.
Yeah.
When I first started, there was a lot of different little drills and warm ups and ladders and cones and stuff like that. But we shied away from all that and started focusing on just what we need. All I need is the field lines, the cleats, the numbers, whatever. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Focus on transitions, focus on your breaks, your technique, your stance, eye discipline, all that stuff that's going to actually make you a better football player. I see a lot of guys doing some things that look cool for the internet, but it's not necessarily helping you for the game.
Right.
So, I can put you through some stuff that's going to make you tired, or I can put you through some stuff where you might not be tired at the end, but you like, dang, I'm working up here. Like everything that he's telling me. Now, when you get in the game, you line up out there and all of a sudden you see your man go in motion. You're like, dang, we worked on this with Flight. I'm finna pass that off. I'm looking for the first team that's coming out.
Yeah.
And then boom, plays is made. So that's what I want you to make plays. I don't want you to give me 100,000 views because my drills look cool.
Right.
I want you to go out there and make plays. So your huddle film gets 100,000 views.
Right. Man, that's a big difference, man. Like, and for a lot of those coaches out there, man, or the so-called in-game specialists, man, Flight, he said he come out, test that back pedal, no cleats. Anybody want some, come get some.
Man, no, I hadn't put on cleats just off the, for the record. I haven't put on cleats in about 8 years. Yeah. So, that's kind of a thing. I feel like if you a master of your craft, like Michael Jordan go knock down threes in a suit. Right. He ain't got to put on a jersey, and you know what I'm saying. I know Jerry Rice can run routes in tennis shoes, so I take pride in as long as it's not a wet surface. Then a wet surface, we gonna come out that break. That back pedal gonna look smooth. We gonna come out that break. We gonna transition good, and it's something too. You never know the situation. We've been dealt some bad hands before. We've had to do some combine training on surfaces where they don't have a actual field turf, where you do have to use your tennis shoes.
Yeah. And
then we will have to work on stuff like that. So, you just got to be ready at all. You never know. The field may be soaking wet one day and you may have to revert. I seen a couple years ago, one of my guys, Matt Hankins, he plays for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yep.
They played in the Pinstripe Bowl up at Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
The field was frozen. Their cleats was breaking off.
Wow.
It reverted to where some of those guys were actually putting on like training shoes to play. And, Matt was like, man, I've been breaking in my shoes. Flight breaking his shoes. I'm breaking in my shoes. So then he had cleats out there with no cleats screwed in them. And was just playing, man, making plays. I'm like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Man, shout out to the Hankins family. Coach Darryl, man, a good friend of mine. And Glennis, Taryn, who's at Arizona State. Shout out to y'all, man. I know they were just celebrating Glennis's birthday, so happy belated birthday to the Hankins family. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break real quick, and these lights are bright and they on right now, so we're gonna go ahead and pay little bills real quick, but we'll be right back after this. Let's go ahead and run Louisiana, man. Run his new single out there real quick, and we'll be back after the break.
Hey, you really looking like bait. Yo. Hey, come here real quick. Yo. Yeah, you, come here. Let go. Hey, come here, let me holler at you real quick, for real though. Look. Bet if you give me your number, you gon' love me. Hey, girl, you looking like bait. Come here and hug me. Bet if I give you this, you gon' cuff me. And don't trust myself, so don't trust me. You got your own house, own job, own car. You spending money by the bar, girl. Let me see you twerk something. Twerk something. If I hit it, I'ma hurt something. Hurt something. Believe that. Maybe you can be my old lady. Maybe me and you can have a baby. I just wanna hit you on a daily, but don't think it crazy. I'm just asking you. Yeah. I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up?
I wanna know your name and what's your sign. I just wanna take you out and catch a vibe. Every in this club, they want your time. But can we talk, baby? I wanna know what you're doing on a daily. And girl, you know we can be being Jay-Z. I'm talking Beyonce. I'm out of your league, but it's nice to meet ya. Beautiful to me, loving all your features. But can we talk for a minute? 'Cause I want you.
I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up?
Yo, man, it's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle, man, host of the Unapologetic Hustle, coming to you live each and every Saturday from 11 to 1. Currently, I'll keep throwing it out there, right here on Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app, man. And I gotta say, man, you know what it is? It's the pull-up edition of the Hustle, man. Each and every Saturday here at Globe Life Park. I got the homies in the building, man. I got Mr. PL on the ones and twos. What's
Checking
good?
in for duty. Checking in for duty.
Man, and none other than the no-fly zone himself, man, Coach Flight.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I'm about to call him first class flight.
First class flight.
we gonna have to slap that on the shirt. First class flight right there.
That's first class information we getting today. I'm loving
Man,
it.
real deal, man. So look, for those of y'all in the DFW, man, if you don't know who Flight is, man, if you a defensive guy, linebackers, cornerbacks, DBs, man, y'all need to come get this work, man. When I
Right.
say he doing the thing, y'all need to pull up. Y'all need to pull up on him, man, because I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it in action, and I see where it's getting individuals to play on the next level, man. And the what he speaks is real. You know, he ain't telling you nothing that he don't know. It's not like he has to do it. He's doing it because he wants to do it, something that he's loved. But also, you see so many kids with talent, but it's unpolished, right? You know, it's one thing to have brass and it be dull, but when it's nice and shiny, it's a whole new animal, man.
You see, I love when he said, I don't want you to give me 100,000 views doing my drills.
Yeah.
I want your huddle
To get
film
'em.
to get 100,000 because you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Right
Real
there.
talk.
Y'all need to like and share. If you have any parents with children and in the athletics, y'all need to share this, tag them in the comments.
Yeah, real
and
talk.
join this conversation. This is some good stuff.
Real talk, man. He's doing the thing, man. So
He is.
I know you have a lot of things that you've been doing in the area, and I know you travel all throughout the DFW. So it's like if you in the DFW, there's no excuses.
That's right.
State. If you in the state of Texas, there's no excuse.
Right.
There's
Let's
no
go statewide with it.
He pulling up on you real quick. So but there's you work with a lot of people from all ages. Like I said, you touched on it. You still work with people that play in the NFL. You still work with people that are on the college level as well. And I know I see the high school and how they reach out to you as well. But what would you say for a piece of advice you would give to those that are putting in the work, right? But not necessarily getting the attention that they rightfully deserve, right? In a sense of being noticed by some of these coaches. What are some things that you think they can do to kind of enhance their profiles to help them get some visibility?
I think what would help would be more so of like it's like when you put stuff out on the internet, it's the same thing to me as like your job resume. So like whenever I put a video out of a kid, I'm gonna make sure it's the kid looking at his best.
Right.
So we all know you grinding, you working hard, but don't put an unfinished product out there. Like put the final piece, because you may go silent, just as we seen for Marvin. You may go silent. You may have to sit behind kids for 1 year, and then when it's your time to shine, you take full advantage of the opportunity. So so once you're on that stage, man, you got to demand all attention. Excuse me, throat got dry. But you know what I'm saying? I think these kids should just be more mindful of what they put out there.
Right.
And make sure you got everything organized, ready to go. Hey, coach, I got this GPA. I got this test score.
Right. My
film looks like this, and I'm capable of doing this. And then put it all on display at once.
Man, that's what's up, man. Like, so, I want people to know. Like, so who are some of the dogs you got about to go to the next level, man? Give the people some of the committed dogs you got going up there, man.
Man, we going high school to college?
Going high school to college.
So, first of all, shout out to my boys over at Texas Flex. That's my 7-on-7 team. And all those guys, man, I can sit here and name kids all day. But for guys especially coming out of my camp, I got Deuce Harmon.
Yeah.
Who recently was ranked the number one corner in the country, in the state. Excuse me, in the state.
That might as well be the country of the state is Texas.
It might as well, man. We can go on for days about that. But if y'all give my boy 2 more inches, he number one in the nation, man. So 5'10" guy that's shutting down more than half of a field, man, and doing everything he can do. Going to Texas A&M next year. My boy J.D. Coffey from Kennedale High School going to University of Texas. Just put his final game was last weekend. Yeah. One of the writers put out there that since he's been in high school, JD's a 4-year varsity starter, 4-time All-State, 20 interceptions. He had 9 as a freshman. So what ended up happening was, as a freshman, people started seeing, they're like, we ain't throwing to him. So now this past year, he just been knocking the mess out of folks. Like, y'all ain't gonna throw me the ball. I'm just gonna come downhill and I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, I saw one hit that he laid out this season, bro. Dude ain't stand a chance.
No, he put that kid out, man.
He did.
My boy Chase Lowry going to Arkansas. Chase is probably the best overall football player in the state. 2-way. He's gonna be a 1,000-yard receiver, as well as probably a double-digit interception guy.
Wow. And
he can do whatever he wants to do, man. The only thing stopping Chase is that they run a wishbone to his school, man. If they lined up in the spread, Chase would probably have 25 touchdowns. My boy Andrew Makuba going to Clemson. Just to name a few, man. Ishmael Ibrahim going to Texas as well. Yeah. So these kids are putting in the work, man, and these are guys that invested in themselves at a young age. Right. I had Deuce 8th grade year when he was 5'8", 110 pounds, and then next thing I know, he's 5'10", like 190 something, just rocked up
real quick.
and you can't get by him. And then, and then also my guys, from Mansfield, like Marvin,
Yeah.
for instance, wherever he may go, we went from nothing, then all of a sudden I got every school in the country calling me like, man, that kid is what? It can do what? Man, his feet light. I was like, man, that kid's putting in time, man, even behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that's part of it too, man. You don't always got to work out with me. I'm not one of those guys that's like, hey, you got to come train with me, man. I see kids like Marvin, Trail, and those guys that they used to go to the field on their own. They would get in a group and they would see stuff on the internet or see stuff that we do and go out there on their own and do it. Like,
right.
The grind just doesn't, you can't just clock in for an hour or 2 hours. Like, sometimes it's that extra stuff you do when
Absolutely.
you get home, a little extra going to the field, going to the sand, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever it may be, that's going to help push you to that next level.
Man, I've seen just about all those kids you name, and I know Deuce personally, but shout out to Dion and Q, the Harmon family. Deuce, for those that don't follow Deuce, he got that OU blood. His brother's up there running that PG spot up there at OU basketball. So shout out to all them. But I've seen all them kids work. I've seen JD. First time I saw JD at one of your sessions, man, I'm like, man, where this kid come from? like for real. You see him work, you like, man, this kid gonna be something. And then I just kept watching and watching. It's like, man, the way that dude break, he mean trouble.
Yeah.
He coming downhill like a freight train, bro. Like, for real.
Wow.
For real. He remind me the intentions he have when he break. He remind me of a Ed Reed and Palomalo, the way he come down. He coming down crashing.
Now, both of those players didn't have any good intentions
No.
when they was loading that box.
No. Not at all. When I say this dude coming with bad intentions, you better get out the way. I'm telling you, because he make contact, it's over. It's over. But yeah, man, I've seen those kids work, man, and to see, the attention that they've gotten from putting in that work in the caliber of schools that they're going to. It has been great to watch. I don't know where my son's going. Have no idea. He got some great options. I tell you that.
Yes, sir.
He has some great options. We'll find out here in the coming weeks. The countdown has begun. So if you ain't on the bandwagon, you better hurry up and get to the table. For all the schools out there looking. So
Come on, Michigan, do the right thing.
Hey.
I had to, man. I'm sorry.
Hey.
We struggling.
Everybody got a fair shot right now. So if you want to seat at the table's still open, man. Table's still open.
Now, I do have a question. With the way that the college football has changed the last few years, going to the spread offense, to the more aerial attack, the more offensive centric like sport, did that put you more in demand, or is that something that just kind of organically happened as you started working with these defensive kids? Because now cornerback is a premier position in college and the pros if you want to go make that real money.
Yeah, it kind of did, and it's kind of like a running joke that we have, with amongst DB trainers. It's like you go to a college camp, and when the minute they say wide receivers over here, DBs over here, 1,000 kids go running to be a wide receiver.
Right.
And then you have 100 kids at DB.
Right.
So it's like, and then just like you said, the game is going to a spread to where, so that means if there's more receivers on the field, we got to have more DBs. So, most bases, it's even going to the NFL. I was watching this past on Thanksgiving. There was 2 teams that's running a 4-2-5 base defense in the NFL. So that means we're just going to run nickel the whole game.
Now, for the non-hustlers, what's a 4-2-5 defense?
All right, so 4-2-5, we got 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 DBs.
Okay.
So what they were doing in the past were they were drafting those big physical DBs that really can't cover and playing them at like an outside linebacker or middle linebacker position to kind of have more speed on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's gotten to the point where, hey, if I can get a violent guy that'll play the run and hit and tackle, come off the edge and blitz every now and then I can drop him in the coverage and he'll be able to play the pass, that's the ideal Sam linebacker position or your nickel guy. So, it's kind of helped me out a lot, you know. And like I say, I don't just teach corner safety. I teach DB, because you may be a corner in high school, but a college coach may think, no, you my strong safety, you know. And it's a game going on behind us, Oklahoma State. I have a kid that's playing there, Tanner McAllister, number 2, lockdown corner in high school. But the kid was like 6 foot 190 in high school. He got up there and they were like, man, we got the perfect spot for you. You're going to be our strong safety nickel guy. And then, man, I'm watching this kid every week lock down the other team slot, tight end, and then he's playing the run, smacking your running back. I'm like, he gonna make some money one day.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say the safety position is starting to make a lot more money in the NFL too. Yeah.
And teams are going to playing 3 safeties. Green Bay made it real popular last year. I seen them bring out a package where they went and paid Adrian Amos in the offseason and bring him in as a safety spot. They moved Josh Jackson to the safety spot. And then you draft the Savage kid from Maryland. So now you got 3 safeties with coverage ability. And then we're able to do a lot of different things. You got a safety guard and a running back. You got a safety guard and a tight end and a safety playing in the middle of the field. So it's changing the way that the defenses are playing, and the offenses got to go spread. I mean, at this point, if I got safeties on the field that can run and hit, you're not beating us to the edge no more.
Right.
You know, we're not gonna get outflanked. If anything, you're gonna have to run it up the middle. That's where you see teams starting to get to. That's what's making your boy, like you asked me earlier about the Titans. That's what makes Derrick Henry, and even then, you know, you watch some of these games, them safeties coming in the box hitting him in the mouth. So
yeah, he had to take a knee. Last week.
Yeah, he did. He did. And that safety came down and put one on him.
Put one on him. He had to go on the sideline. Yeah.
Look, now my brother's shaking his head like, you always got to bring the Titans into this, Paul. The conversation is just too riveting.
Hey, man, that's what it is, man. But you know, we at the end of an hour, man. So you know, I don't want to. I thank Miss Sammy for creating this platform. So I got to make sure I pay her bills now. So we're gonna have to take another quick break, and we'll be back at the top of the hour, man.
What up, y'all, man? It's your boy, Vin in Vegas.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dia. Hey, this is Pinky the Brain.
Host of the award-winning show, The Vin in Vegas Show.
Broadcasting live each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. from FPRN Studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas.
Man, we got variety. We got, like, dope music. We have the best guests.
All 4 of us hosts with totally different opinions and life experiences talking about politics and everything that's going on in the world today.
I'm talking about A-listers to Z-listers.
Cardi B, what she wearing, what she not wearing, you know.
You can expect to hear all that from us, man. So make sure you log in
each week on Wednesday
at 7 p.m. to catch
the award-winning show, The Vin in Vegas Show.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Wanting to host your own podcast or radio show, but don't know where to start? Have you been told you have the gift of gab or a lot to say, but don't know what to do with it? Don't answer that. It's simple. Fishbowl Radio Network, home to your favorite online radio shows. So contact us today and become the next big name in the industry. With a number of services to help grow your audience and expand your brand, there's no question why Fishbowl Radio Network is #1 in the business. With everything going on in the community, people are constantly looking for new info and entertainment. Now you can be that voice to bring what they need. Stop talking about what you want to do and bring it on air. Call Fishbowl Radio Network at 817-633-4880. That's 817-633-4880 and jump in.
Hello, I'm Bill. I've been in the financial industry for over 30 years. Now I share my passion for helping others become more financially educated. Why are so many people interested in what I share? Because like others, I've discovered who the financially free are and who they are not. But most importantly, I've determined how ordinary people can become financially free. If you're struggling with living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt while struggling to save for retirement, then I can get you the support you need. By joining the Mustard Seed Financial Literacy Series membership, you will get access to my financial courses. Hey, don't worry, I'm not going to teach you how to become a financial consultant, but I am going to show you how to get out of debt, how to raise your credit score, and how to put savings away for retirement. My courses are simple and easy to follow at your own pace. So join today at abetterwaytogrow.org. That's abetterwaytogrow.org. I'm going to show you a better way to grow.
Hello, we are It's About the Kids Incorporated, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that operates out of Dallas, Texas.
Our mission is to focus on the kids of today who will become the youth of tomorrow and the adult of the future. Today, tomorrow, the future.
Empowering the community one family at a time.
You can reach us at all social media platforms at It's About the Kids or online at www.itsaboutthekids.org.
Where we mentor a child, save a life.
Hi, this is Diane Marion Eunice, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. For the past 9 years, I have worked with over 300 couples in the areas of sexual health, communication, and conflict resolution. If you are interested in rebuilding connection and intimacy with your partner, please contact me today. I can be reached at 682-201-8175, or you can email me at diane@letstalkrelationships.org, or visit my website at www.letstalkrelationships.org. And remember, you can't heal if you refuse to deal.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is working to help keep you and your community safe from the threat of novel or new coronavirus. Take the following everyday steps to help avoid the spread of all respiratory viruses. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue. Throw the tissue away and then wash your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects or surfaces, such as remote controls and doorknobs. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. And stay home if you are sick. Call your healthcare provider if you develop fever, cough, or difficulty breathing. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
Hey, this is Stevie B with the Am I Worth the Time show, host of the year 2020. Want to encourage you to keep it locked right here at Fishbowl Radio Network. Y'all be safe, you hear?
Thank you, God, for continuing to bless me. We levitating your greatness, you heard me? Jones, 25 down, yeah, I hit a quarter. I'm a big dog going hard in every quarter. Make sure you can swim if you come up in that water. Mama always say you gotta finish what you started. God, family, get to the money in that order. sir. How you expect to be great, but your hustle don't match. Listen. I hustle overtime, attempt to push the culture forward. This that real shit, make a meal with that little gift. Everybody on a hustle, we can make a real shift. So keep your head up, youngin', and just keep on moving. And if you ain't hustling, then I don't know what you doing. The time is now. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah. I gotta write my story. No, you can't have my glory. I'm taking all that's for me. Unapologetic.
Hey yo, and we back at it, man. It's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle, host of the Unapologetic Hustle, where we come to you live each and every Saturday from 11 to 1, right here on Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app, man. And I gotta say, the game is about to kick off. For those of you that don't know, so
you got prime real estate.
We got prime real
estate.
estate, man. Prime real estate. But you know what we do, man. Each and every Saturday from 11 to 1, man. We always come in and we speak with a guest, and they always come through dropping some knowledge, man,
Yes.
some gems, man. And today is for those athletes out there that are, debating and working, trying to get to the next level, man, to be able to play on those Saturdays and hopefully if the cards are played right on Sundays, So in order for us to get that information, you know what I mean, we had to bring in the resident, homie
Yes.
who deals with it, who helps him with it, man. None other than the illustrious Coach Flight.
Yes, sir.
Flight, man, what's going on, man?
Man, enjoying some of this Texas high school football and man, just soaking it all up today, man. You know, it's a blessing to be here, man. I appreciate you for bringing me on.
Yeah, real talk, man. You got a home here, man. Anytime you want to put something out there, come through and we'll set it up. But I couldn't do none of this without the homie on the ones and twos, man. Mr. PL, what's good?
Man, I'm just checking in for duty. I done pulled up. I done parked. I got my popcorn ready for hour number 2.
Hey.
For those that missed hour number 1, make sure y'all go back and rewind that Facebook Live tape and like and share. You got anybody that has a kid that's in school playing, any type of athletics? Hey, tag them in the comments. Hey, put it on their page too.
Right.
This guy's dropping gems in here.
Real talk.
And you know how Hustle get down every week. So, hey, y'all make that happen.
Man, you know what I do. Follow the Cash App. Unapologetic Hustle, man. That's what it is. Donate. You like the content,
Yes.
keep it on there, man. Got to pay these bills.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the Cash App. But yeah, man, so look, hour number 1, we got to know who Flight is, man, what Flight does, and I be messing with him. Look, he got this one airplane emoji that he always use and the kids use. Look, I even tried to upgrade this man on Twitter. I was like, man, look, we no fly zone. We next level. Look, we got to change this plane to the new thing, man.
I gotta get me like one of them soul plane. Airplanes. That's what it's gotta be, man. I need one that got some hydraulics.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But nah, man, we got to know who Flight is, man, and what he does. So if you anywhere in Texas, man, look, follow at Flight Skillz, man, on Twitter, Instagram, whole nine, man. And he got some merch out there too. I don't want to put all his business out there, but y'all, the man doing his thing, man. He working with some elite cats, man. So if you trying to be the household name, get at him, man, because he's real deal Holyfield. I could vouch for that. So but we gonna take this hour, man. We gonna, it's the sports show. So what would it be if we didn't talk sports, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So we gonna kick back and have fun with it this second hour, man. And I know you got a big event tomorrow. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I'll touch on that. And also too, before we even go any further on me, shout out to my brother Hunter Boyd. He's at the Black Wall Street event today, downtown Dallas. That's the shirt y'all see me wearing, the Grind Life. I don't know if y'all can see me, Grind Life, on the stitching on the hoodie and the pants.
Oh yeah, it's coming through clean on the Facebook Live.
But yeah, that's what it's all about, man. That grind. We both kind of been through a lot of adversity together, and been able to start from the ground up and build. So it's always gonna be Grind Life until the end.
Indeed. Yeah. So for those of you in San Antonio,
yes, sir.
Flight will be pulling up. He will be flying in.
No doubt.
He will be flying in, and it'll be a no-fly zone while he there, man. So if you don't know, it's a 2-hour session, right?
Yes, sir. 10 a.m. to 12 at Cornerstone High School. We gonna just end game it for 2 hours, man, and just give y'all whatever I can to help y'all. The college guys that's in town, pull up, get some knowledge. My high school guys, if you're still in the playoffs, you can come by, visualize, check it out.
Yeah. Hey, y'all better get it. I'm telling you, man, there's no excuses. This dude is everywhere. Look, he be sending out, session here, session here this time. Be like, dang, man, this dude driving all around DFW on you. Talking about this is one day.
Unapologetic hustle.
Unapologetic hustle. Real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the kids. So there's no excuses, man. If he coming to you, so you can drive 10, 15 minutes to get to where he gonna be in your area.
Right.
So hey, there's no reason you can't get your game better than what it is, man.
Think of the retail value, parents. That scholarship is something that's going back into your wallet.
Real talk. Cause look, I'm loving these talks with these colleges. Oh, this full ride? Yes, sir. Oh, so where you want to go, son?
Right.
hey, full ride.
Help you, right?
Man, help me, help you, man. Flight doing that, man.
Yes,
Kids
sir.
getting these scholarships, bro. So, hey, if you,
that's a huge part of it, right there.
That's more than huge.
Yeah,
that's more than huge. You talking about a debt-free education, debt-free education with the potential to go even further. So, hey,
and he already said it. Now, number one, keep your grades up. And stay focused.
Yeah,
everything is gonna work itself out.
Yeah, real talk. That's what it is, man. But you know how we do, man. It's your boy Hustle. We come to you live each and every Saturday right now from 11 to 1. Time will be changing. Day will be changing. Not sure what it is, but it's for good reason, man. My son's gonna be playing college ball on Saturdays, man. So I gotta be in the building. You know what it is.
Man, you know what it is. That's a blessing. That's what's up.
Man, look, I'm excited, bro. I'm ready to find out what colors I'm gonna be donning on Saturday. He don't even want to give me a sneak peek.
Maize and blue, yeah, that look good on you. Little maize and blue.
You better tell them come to the table. You better tell them come to the table, because right now, man, when I say they throwing haymakers out there, they throwing haymakers, bro. They coming with it. But yeah, man. So, we gonna talk sports, man. So I know I got some King James fans in the house. Were you excited to see the Lakers win one?
I'm actually a Mavericks fan, so I have nothing against the King. But we got a man in town by the name of Dirty Dirk. We call him Dirty Dirk.
Yeah.
Dirty Dirk went against the King and the court jester and whoever else you want to call him and took them boys down. So you know what I'm saying? However you got to get your championship, by all means get it. But Dirk did it with Jason Terry and on one leg Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler. So we always brag about that one. Yeah, we always brag about that one. But nah, man, it's cool for this generation to see somebody like LeBron, man. LeBron is
he's real deal, man.
He's the real deal, and Anthony Davis is too, man. And them boys had something really nice put together last year, and I think that they did some work in the offseason to kind of build on that.
Man, they've been doing a lot of work, and I'm not gonna say who I was talking to about it. He's like, why other teams gonna go and build their big three, but the Lakers building a big five with the moves they building. You know what I'm saying? So they've sealed. So I'm gonna let him put himself on blast for that, but we're gonna let him ride.
I'm just saying, Montrezl Harrell, Paul Gasol, and Dennis Schroeder. That's an upgrade over what went out the door when you look at JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard and Rondo.
They didn't have enough already.
Hey man, look, we trying to get to 6. And yes, because I'm a LeBronite. We trying to get to 6. By hook or by crook, come on, Giannis. We'll work out a 1-and-1.
Yeah,
we'll get you under the cap, Giannis.
So what do you think? What do you think Golden State's gonna be able to do this year with Clay having to sit out another year?
I mean, this may be another, if they make it to the playoffs type situation, probably like a six or 5 seed. I mean,
wow,
it's gonna be tough, man, because the way the NBA is going is like if you don't have that elite scorer or at least 2 elite scorers. I mean, we seen it happen to Giannis in the playoffs. It's like you got Giannis, and then who else did they have? So it was like Wes Matthews. I mean, you know, Bledsoe. But by them bringing in Drew Holiday, that was big to me.
Right.
To keep him there. You know, you need these elite scorers or guys that can create their own shot around guys like that, because there's going to be games, and I know you a LeBronite, but there was games when LeBron had to do a little bit too much because, you know, you got Anthony Davis, who 2 playoff games, you know, I know because I'm a big sports, you know, I do a lot of the DraftKings and stuff. Anthony Davis had a game where he had 0 rebounds. I'm like, we didn't bring you in here.
That's impossible to even fathom.
Yeah, we didn't bring you in here to have 0 rebounds. You know, we need you to be that 20-20 guy. You know, 20 points, 20 rebounds, whatever it is, because LeBron needs that other guy that can bring the ball up. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be playing 40 minutes this late in his career. You know, LeBron need to be playing about 30.
Yeah.
You know, 32, something like that. But 40, 45 minutes on him, that's going to shorten his career.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going to get to play with his son, huh?
Nah.
That's right. And the thing is, and Hustle, he nailed it from day one. He was like, the king is going to go as far as Anthony Davis takes him. I wasn't sold on that comment until they got in the bubble and in the finals and the games where AD wasn't aggressive, they
didn't win.
Struggled.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you got to crown him. Crown AD. You got to crown AD.
Now, as a Mavs fan, what do you think? Because one of my favorite pickups that they did was James Johnson.
And I think they needed a guy like that. I mean, just like I referred back to the team when they had Dirk, the Mavs had guys that would do the dirty work.
Right.
That would be physical. You know, that would do the hard fouls, that would protect the star player.
And that's where I'm going with that. Luka needs a protector.
Yeah.
After seeing him with the Clippers last year and how they were coming after him, trying to take him out, like stomping on the leg, stomping on the knee, and all of that extra.
Yeah.
You're not doing that with James Johnson.
No, that's not happening.
You're not doing that with James Johnson on the court.
And I think they should do a better job. I mean, I see where Cuban is going. I mean, Cuban's kind of fell in love with the foreign. You know, he hit big on it once.
Right.
And then now it's like, boom, you know, you hit big again with Luka. They trade and get Porzingis. I mean, but we need guys that's going to be on the court. You know what I'm saying?
We're like going to be Euro Dallas in a minute, huh?
Basically, it's going to be the world team, you know. They brought Berea back again, which I'm still trying to figure that out, but.
Oh, he's the basketball Sean Lee. Like that, he's just got a forever contract,
man.
Right?
This guy finds more work than anybody I've ever seen, man. I'm like, man, come on, dog. But I mean, they need to bring in guys around Luka. I think Tim Hardaway has to make that leap this year. They're paying him $70 million. Man, we got to get some production. I mean, they paid Wes Matthews $80 million, and we didn't get nothing out of him. So it's like we need that guy that's going to be able to score. He's going to be a number 3 option, but. Shoot, 17, 15 a night, something like that. We need consistent. Because Luka going to give you about 25 to 30 something.
He's on the early MVP watch already.
Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah. So what do you think about the move with Miami getting, letting Covington go? Covington going to the Blazers.
The Blazers are a team that I feel like every year has these sneaky good players. And they'll always be a first round out, or they'll get to the second round. I mean, Dame and McCollum together, that's if not the best backcourt in basketball, they're up there as far as being able to create their own shot.
Yeah.
And then they had the young talent Nurkic playing down in the post. So like a stretch 4, if they're gonna play him at the stretch 4, I don't know if Melo gonna play the stretch 4 or
they got Melo back for 1 year. So
so I mean, Covington is a good stretch 4 guy. When he was with the Rockets, he was pretty good at shooting at 3 and playing defense. So, I mean, that's where the game looks like it's headed to, where you got to have at least 4 guys that can shoot it and shoot. Even now, like, you look at a team like the Nuggets, that even the center will come down court and pop one on you.
Yeah,
so,
he lace one real quick, boy.
Pull right the Joker, pull up for real.
You gotta have those guys, man.
Right.
That's gonna be able to defend the perimeter and play the perimeter.
Man, so you think PL, you think the Clippers gonna get over the hump? They making some moves too.
The Clippers made some moves. I like Serge Ibaka coming on board with them more than Montrezl Harrell, only because I think he's a little bit better rim protector, and
Yeah.
he's a little better outside. He's a little more versatile. But I think that what the Lakers did, I think the Clippers need to worry about the Mavs. Because I
Really?
think the Mavs may have just overtaken them with the additions that they have. I love Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him. He can play tough out there on the wing. You free up Luka from having to do so much work. I love them re-signing Trey Burke.
Right.
I think that he showed them in last year's playoffs that he's a worthy role player. I think the Clippers need to be worried about the Mavs more than they need to be worried about the Lakers. Like, I think the Mavs overtook them this past summer.
Wow. So what do you feel about the Charlotte Hornets, man?
Love it. I love
ball.
it. They need to get now Lonzo. Let's work with his agency. Get him over there.
So you think the Ball brothers gonna take over Charlotte?
That's what Michael Jordan needs. Michael Jordan needs a yes. And here's why. Michael Jordan needs another headline other than him being the worst owner in the league. The worst personnel management person in the league. Like,
he can't do it himself.
Like, Ball is going to give you a fresh start to sell some tickets. You got Hayward. I think he's overpriced, but
man,
but in that region, he's going to sell a lot of jerseys.
Yeah.
Down there in the Charlotte area, he's going to sell a lot of jerseys there. You go ahead and bring over Lonzo, make it a Ball thing. I'm just saying, you might as well just make it a circus.
Man, look, I'm ready for the matchup, man. I need to see MJ and
and LeVar
and LeVar on the court.
That dude there, man.
I need to see him on the court, man.
But I'm rooting for the kid to do well, though. I am.
I mean, watching his film, overseas, dude was got a lot craftier. You know what I'm saying? And his style of play definitely changed from what I saw him playing when he was stateside. So he has another level of grit to him that I see on film that is intriguing. Like, I want to see how that translates into him playing NBA ball.
Maybe the Luka effect too, because Luka was giving work to grown men before he came over to the United States to start playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
So he was not afraid.
Yeah.
He was pulling up from 30 at the buzzer on the Clippers.
Like he wasn't nothing.
With a hobbled ankle.
Right, on half a wheel. But I do have a football question that as a defensive mind, maybe you can help me with this because I'm running out of excuses. I'm gonna just keep it real.
Uh-oh.
What happened to Lamar Jackson this year?
I think what I've been saying amongst my crew is it's like the Colin Kaepernick effect. Like, the first year you're in the league, nobody really knew what to expect, and he took it by storm. Then he took another leap. I think when they lost Hayden Hurst, that 3 tight end package that Greg Roman was running, it wasn't as effective because now you're looking at Boyle, who's a blocking tight end, and now you're expecting him to step over and do what Hurst was doing. Mark Andrews is a good piece, but your leading receivers on your team can't be your tight ends. Like, you drafted Marquise Brown, and Lamar can't get him the ball, and that's going to be a problem for them. And I don't think Marquise is going to stay in with them after his rookie deal is up because, I mean, Lamar gives you so much leg. I think if they went to more of a, lining him up and running him more design runs, and 'cause, I mean, this guy's got a neck like a pit bull. Like, I'm running him. I'm RPOing. I'm doing all kind of stuff. Like, I would want to get him more out on the perimeter, but it's like, I don't want to knock the kid just because of who he is. He's a good kid. But, man, every year I tell people in my fantasy league, you guys are going to hate him when it gets cold outside. I'm like, he's going to kill it at the beginning of the league all the way until we get about now.
When you really need him
when the weather gets cooler. Because I'm like, now he's throwing his sidearmed and it's cold. His hands probably dry and he doesn't really have a good grip on the ball. And it's just like, he's not a good passer. And I think last year really it kind of shocked us because of that offense was rolling. They were running it.
Right.
RPO tight end, and when you got 3 tight ends on the field, you're probably going to be in more of a traditional base defense because you're like, man, they're going to run it. If you come out in the nickel or the dime against our 3 tight ends, we're going to run it.
Right.
If you come out in the base, we're going to spread you out with them tight ends. So it was tricky. Hayden Hurst is one of the most athletic tight ends in the league who got paid this offseason. So it's like Mark Andrews will get paid too. And I think that they're going to have to change that offense.
Wow.
They need to bring in more receivers that are big body guys that he can just throw 50-50 balls to, because right now they don't have one. I mean, Marquise Brown and what's the Willie Snead.
Right. And Dez had 4 catches against the Titans 2 weeks ago.
And it's like Dez just came off the street.
Right.
You know, and now that's your leading receiver. And he's been on the street for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like he needs that. I mean, people forget when he was at Louisville, he had a big body he could throw it up to. He had big body guys. They were throwing 50-50 balls and fades, and he was playing in a lower conference.
Right.
So, I mean, he played in very big games, but it was like, I mean, he's been that same guy since college. When the later in the season gets, his game slows down.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think if they picked up Will Fuller or Fuller from Houston?
Man, I don't think Houston going to let him walk, man.
They let D-Hop go.
But man, they fired the guy who let him go too. Hey, Will Fuller is a number 1 wide receiver.
Right.
He tore Thanksgiving Day up.
Yeah.
So I think in order for Deshaun Watson's sanity, you need to keep Will Fuller there. Will Fuller is the guy. But if they did get a guy like Will Fuller, even then, I mean, he's a tall guy, fast guy, but he gives you essentially the same thing you have in Marquise Brown. You need a guy like Devontae Parker or something like that.
What about Corey Davis, who his 5th-year option wasn't picked up by the Titans, and he's basically playing out the last year of his contract? Somebody, maybe his prototype, big, tall, physical receiver?
I think Corey Davis could succeed. I mean, but I do think what's making Corey Davis having such a good year that he's been having is the fact that he's playing opposite of A.J. Brown. Because A.J. Brown is drawing all the number 1s. And, I mean, if you're going to bring a guy into Baltimore to be for Lamar, he better be ready to take on
a heavy load.
Every number 1 that you see. I mean, you know, in the past, I mean, the AFC North has had pretty good DBs. I mean, we're looking at Denzel Ward, Joe Hayden, and Nelson. You know, they're a good, you know, tandem up there. Will Jackson on certain years, he's been lights out. I don't know who the other guy, I guess was Mackenzie Alexander, or he left. Or is he there? He's out for the season this year with the Bengals, but I think he'll be back next year. So it's like you're looking at guys that can actually play the position. So I mean, we're looking at some of the best run defenses in the league there too. So you got to be careful going up there playing around and sitting back in that pocket, because Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt and these guys coming off the edge all year.
They come and get you.
So you got to get open and be reliable.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I want to get both of y'all thoughts on my Swiss Army knife, man. What y'all think about Mr. Taysom Hill?
I was impressed by what he did last week. Let's start there. My thing is, keep the keys in his hands. There's no need to go back to Drew Brees. I say keep it in his hands and just roll with it. Just because the last couple of Super Bowls, playoffs, Drew Brees, he always had some moment to lead up to the catastrophe. Whether it was the clock mismanagement against the Rams when they had the no call on, you know, or whether it's like a interception at just the wrong time. And I know that he physically didn't cost him those 2 games. It was defensively, but it's time to – I'd say if Taysom is going to give you this type of dynamic, if he can just stay ahead of the league for the next 2-3 months, that gets you through the Super Bowl.
I would like to see him against anybody else than who they played last week. So
right, it was the Falcons?
Yeah, and it was a smart move by them because – I mean, the Falcons are ranked last in the NFL in passing defense. Yeah. So it's like, hey,
he did that with no research.
He's like, let's bring him in this game. Like literally, the minute they said Drew Brees was out, the entire world was like Jameis Winston,
me included.
And then I'm like, well, shoot, I see where they're coming from because like we're paying this guy.
Yeah.
So he gonna get in there and play quarterback, but he gives you that element that I think he's going to win if he stays in the rest of the season, he's going to win the South. Because I mean, I don't think Carolina can do anything with him.
Yeah,
they're a terrible run stop defense. So I mean, he can throw dump downs to the running backs and hand it off, and him run it, and then y'all go blow them out. Y'all have already beat Tampa Bay both times. I just want to know, can he play outside? Which he won't have to in the playoffs if you guys continue where you're at. You're gonna get home field, but can he play outside? And will he be able to play against these better defenses and complete passes? I mean, you got to find Mike Thomas. That's the whole thing of the offense. Find Mike Thomas.
Can't guard Mike.
Get the ball to Mr. 41.
He had 10 for a little over a buck last week, didn't he? 10 catches. Yeah, he had a pretty good game last week. Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, because I mean, I haven't seen much of Mike Thomas this year, so. Mike Thomas was
nobody
injured.
has.
Yeah,
he been gone most of the year.
That first game against Carlton Davis, he was in the seatbelt.
He was.
So that's why I was like,
he sure was.
You can't get him the ball when he's going against these elite level guys like that. So can he get the ball to Emmanuel Sanders, to Cook?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be the new guy? Because Taysom was the gadget guy. So now it's like, okay, we know we're going to see some RPO.
Right.
I would go QB power with a counter with this guy's a big dude.
Right.
Yeah.
He runs down on kickoff and punt team like I'm running him between the tackles.
Right.
And we have that insurance policy in Jameis Winston, who led the league in passing yards and touchdowns last year.
Nobody ever wants to say that though. They always lead in with the interception.
The interception piece.
I get that, but the man threw for 5,000 yards. You don't just roll out of bed and just and just throw 5,000 yards in the NFL.
He can get it down the
field. They need to go look at Brett Favre's numbers. Brett Favre led the league in passing touchdowns, but he also led the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls in 20 interception seasons. So it's like
I can't even fathom that. That's just crazy.
It's like it happens, man. I mean, you throw the ball a lot.
You throw it a lot.
He's made some bonehead plays. I mean, but I think it's more so of who he was off the field that they were more concerned with. I mean, we've seen guys with less talent start games. I've watched the Denver Broncos throw all kind of quarterbacks out this year that have no business being in the league behind Drew Lock. I mean, this Ripien guy, I don't even know where he played college ball at and stuff like that. The Cowboys rolled DiNucci out there, who had 16 touchdowns and 12 interceptions as a senior in college. I'm like, if that's good enough to get you on Sundays, then I mean, Jameis should be starting somewhere.
Man.
DiNucci.
Huh?
Oh, that was a bad Sunday night then. That was a bad Sunday night.
I mean, you was ready for DiNucci though.
I was.
You was ready for DiNucci.
I was, man. But I mean, that's what the Cowboys do to you, though. I mean, I figured that the no not seeing them on film deal would get them to that next, at least through the Eagles. Nah. Is it time to tank in Dallas? Or is it even tanking at this point?
I don't think this is intentional. I think what it is it's just a lot of injuries in bad places. I mean, they lost just like this past Thursday. Zach Martin is now out. Mm-hmm. To add to Lael Collins, Tyron Smith, losing Travis Frederick, before the season. Cam Irvin, who's a backup, now he's out. So it's like, I mean, it's just real unfortunate to have these offensive line injuries when the backbone of their team for years has been that offensive line.
Right.
And then, Zeke's fumbling this year, and it's not looking good.
Man, what do you think is going on with Zeke, though? Because Zeke, when you look at him now, he's
not the same person he was when
I
think that money has gotten to him.
Ding.
He's still very talented, but it's like, I mean, look at when you had rookie year Zeke, second year Zeke. He's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And then it's like they keep having to monitor him and stuff that he's doing off the field. I'm like, he got to change his entourage up, man.
Right.
Like,
bigger.
He's
getting bigger, but
he's
not stronger.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Just and the whole feed me deal, I look at it like, you know how a baby is after you fed them? They fidgety and they anxious and ready to eat. After they eat,
they out.
Yeah. They out. I think he ate, he got his money.
Yep. And that's it.
And now he's done. Yeah. He's like, I'm not gonna get another contract out of this, so I'm gonna just try to get out of this without a catastrophic injury or CTE, and I'm gonna just play out the rest of these 2-3 years. I don't think he's gonna do too much after this.
The money
contract.
he got should have went to these guys like Cook.
Yeah.
Byron Jones.
Man, I mean, and see now the Cowboys are seeing You know, and I train a couple guys that play for the Cowboys, but they see the difference now where it's like Byron Jones was shut down his side of the field or the other team's number one. They can't shut down nothing. I literally watched Washington roll out there with one wide receiver and tore them. McLaurin caught everything that was thrown his way, and they could not stop him. Wow. And it's like, I mean, you drafted corner first round. I think they reached. I don't think that guy was a first round guy. I think he's good. I think he's going to be really good, but I don't think he was a first round guy. And I think there was other needs that should have been addressed. And you really just got to pay these positions. Like, and it's crazy because if you do your research on some of this stuff, like DB coaches in college and in the pros are some of the lowest paid positions. Like, you need a good DB coach. You need good DBs. Like look at the difference between Miami last year and this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard comes back healthy. They bring in Byron Jones. They draft one of my guys, Brandon Jones. They bring in Kayvon, and they switch stuff around. Now all of a sudden they was like 6-3. What are they now? Like they lost again the other week.
Yeah,
they're contending for a division championship.
A game out of first place.
Yeah, so it's like
in the AFC East,
just by changing the secondary. Like the same offense is still out there playing jackpot on offense. So it's like, but the defense is now making plays, and it's like, boom, we're gonna go get stops. We're gonna create turnovers, and Dallas' defense can't stop anybody. They beat the Vikings, and I really feel like the Vikings beat themselves. But it was two teams with terrible pass defenses.
Right.
They gave me false hope about Andy Dalton. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, and I felt like maybe this Andy Dalton pick
he might be all right.
And then Washington brought me back down to reality. Like, nah, relax. Like he's still that. You know, he's still that. So
Andy Dalton coming back home didn't work, huh?
Man, no. Man. I mean, it was good for him. It was a good move for him. But
I want to stay in with the New Orleans team for a minute because why we got you because this he knows his stuff. So we can go back to basketball for a second. Zion Williamson, what were your thoughts about his rookie season, and what do you expect from him this year? Do you expect him to live up to the hype ever? Because this was like the most hyped kid coming out of college since LeBron came out of high school.
Well, the issue that I have with guys, coincidentally, it's another left-handed guy. So Zion Williamson's situation reminds me of when Mike Beasley came out. Remember how they were telling us at K-State he was 6'10", 6'11", and this and that? Zion Williamson is probably the same size as Charles Barkley. So it's like, why are we saying this kid is like this 6'10", this and that? I don't even think he's not taller than LeBron. So it's like, if you're going to be a 6'7" power forward, I mean, you're going to have to learn how to shoot. You're going to have to get a consistent elbow, mid-range, something that's going to put fear in people because you can't dunk on the NBA. You're not going to just dunk on everybody and get rebounds over everybody. And I think that that's Brandon Ingram's team. I think that's Brandon Ingram's team.
It should be.
And Zion is going to have to be that, that post presence since he's there. And what's the cat they got out of Texas, the center? I forgot his name.
Well, they just picked up your boy from OKC. What's that guy's name?
Adams.
Yeah, they just picked up Adams from OKC. Yeah, so he'll probably run
and they need him down there. So what he'll do is he'll take on the load. Zion's gonna have to be able to when Adams clears stuff out, and because Adams is a guy that can step out and shoot a little bit too. So it's like Zion's gonna have to develop, but just his game's got to advance.
Yeah,
I just hate seeing those guys that's in the NBA. You know how the game is going, and you're a post guy that can only dunk and get rebounds.
Right.
You just won't last long. And, especially being an undersized post, like we talked about Montrezl Harrell earlier. I think he's about 6'8", 6'7". But, I mean, his game is developed to match what he can do in the league. So I would love to see Zion kind of slim up and, get a more athletic build.
But you got to get a jumper.
Yeah, you got to get a jumper. And when you 6'7", 6'8", you got to have a jumper.
Now, sticking with that draft, number 2 was Ja Morant. Memphis blew their 3-game lead in the bubble as far as the play-in tournament. Lost out because Dame went crazy. He went logo Lillard.
He did.
Now, I'm asking as a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got one of my Grizzlies gear today, but I'm a diehard Grizzlies fan, and I love some Ja Morant. I'm not so naive to believe that we'll sign him to another contract. Is there anything Memphis can do to keep him in Memphis past his rookie deal?
They gonna have to roll in the Brinks truck, man. As simple as that. If you're not gonna get him no help, you got to put something crazy on the table, man. Like
because I feel like we're on countdown for him to just leave and go to a major market after this.
And to be honest, I think that he may like Memphis. You know, he may like that surrounding, that atmosphere. But I mean, you got to bring somebody in. But Memphis is one of those small market teams that kind of get hit by stuff like that, just like OKC. You know, OKC had big time players in a small city.
Yeah.
And what did they all do? They all left the big time cities to build their brands up and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, Westbrook I think would have stayed, but you know how that went. But I think Morant, if you just bring in, you know, I mean, I love Memphis back whenever it was Zebo.
Yeah, the grit and grind era.
I mean, those guys were tough. Like. And that's what you need to. I mean, Morant gives you that. Like, I mean, he's landing on the court every week. Get him a center, man.
And the city has donned him the new king. Like it was Zebo's town, but now they have fully embraced Morant and his grittiness. You know, that's a grit and grind city.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to live there. So no unrestricted free agents are gonna just show up. We have to make trades.
Man, you gotta make trades, or y'all gotta do what Charlotte did. You're gonna have to overpay somebody. I mean, Gordon Hayward. When I saw Gordon Hayward,
my team, man.
When I saw Gordon Hayward opt out of that $34 million, I was like, man, this guy's crazy. Nobody else is gonna pay him that. And then Michael Jordan was like, hold on, let me show you something.
Yeah.
and gave him $30 million a year. And I was like, well, I'm a hush because I didn't think he was $30 million a year type of guy.
And he's not.
But you're gonna have to catch one of these guys. Potentially, like,
I mean, but who would be a good fit for Morant right now? Who would be a good fit?
I'm wondering if it's just gonna have to be like he said, to have to money whip a restricted free agent where somebody doesn't match, or like I don't know, but year after year after year they had to trade to get Zebo. They traded to get Gasol. They drafted Conley and got lucky there in the draft because usually they blow the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gay when he was there.
Yeah, Rudy Gay when he was there. They traded him away and got some pieces back, but. I can't remember the last free agent to sign with us was Chandler Parsons, and you know how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean we fell for that okie doke too. I mean I don't know where that hype was generated from, but I think it's just front office got to be smart. I mean you draft good players, and then I mean if you know they're not gonna re-sign, then I'm all for trading the guy and get something for him, like the Rudy Gay situation. Like,
what about Morant and Wall?
The Wall's not. They're not leaving. They're not gonna get rid of Wall, man.
You think Washington's gonna keep him under lock and key?
They gonna keep for right now. They came out and said that him and Bill are gonna work together. I mean, you got to build around Bill now, though. It has to be known. That's Bill's team.
Right. It should be for everything he's done for that franchise and been healthy.
Yeah, that's Bill's team, and you got to pay Bill. I mean, you got to bring the Brinks in for him too to keep him. He should have been an All-Star. He should have been an All-NBA.
Yeah,
all that.
I would have loved it, Marcus, to have Ja come off the ball every now and then to save his legs for the fourth quarter because he does do a lot. It's almost like Luka. His usage rate wasn't quite as high because he's not a great three-point shooter.
Right.
But his usage rate was getting up there, and I was worried about him getting injured. So I would personally love to. And John Wall is a Memphis type of cat.
Man, but Morant, man, he takes a lot of falls, bro. He's like that Derrick Rose. He going to the hole, and you know he coming down.
Fine.
I mean, but he takes a lot of he hits the floor a lot, bro.
He hits the floor a lot, and I would like to see the ball out of his hands. So I mean, in theory, yes, I would love an athlete to be playing alongside him, but. I'm worried that we're on countdown mode. I think New Orleans has a much better chance of re-signing Zion than Memphis does. Like you said, without paying him something that's just so
what
crazy.
What if Morant went to New Orleans, played with Zion?
See, why are you doing that, man?
I mean, it's feasible.
All our teams in the same division.
It's feasible. Hey, the AAU connection again. They play AAU ball.
We'll see. We'll see. I think that overall LeBron gets number 5 this year. He catches Kobe this year.
There you go.
He catches Kobe this year. I don't see anybody. I think Giannis leaves.
But where would he go?
He coming to La. He gonna come over and be the new king. It'll be
Lakers.
Yeah.
No. I think the Clippers are gonna get rid of Paul George.
They need to.
I think they wanted to this year. The Clippers didn't make nothing that they did this offseason besides bring in Ibaka.
Yeah.
It's like you still don't have a guy like I thought they were going to get Rondo. I thought
did
Rondo
too.
was going to go there. They offered him more money and everything,
Mhm.
and he chose Atlanta over going there. But it's like you need a guy that can run the offense and be effective because we all know Paul George is gonna vanish when it's time. And
He
then
hit the side of the backboard in Game 7.
And
When's the last time you hit the side of a backboard playing ball?
Dude, it's been a while.
Right.
It's been a while.
Hustle, the side of the backboard.
I mean, it happens though.
In a closeout game?
It happens, man. And man, you know, I give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
You don't want him on New Orleans?
I'll take him.
But to do
For
what?
Ingram?
Not for Ingram. No.
He's today's
come off the
game.
bench.
He's a defensive player.
Yeah.
He's on the
is a
court
great
to play
defensive player.
defense, and he'll give you points, you know, on certain nights. but
Yeah.
he's an all defensive guy for a reason. Even though everybody seems to cash him out for game winners, it's always him. I've noticed. So, I mean,
Now, okay, so let's go Harden. Is the better fit for him the Sixers or Brooklyn?
Sixers.
Why? Why the Sixers over Brooklyn?
There's only one basketball, and if you put James Harden, if you put James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant on the same team in a game to 21, 3-on-3, they probably end up fighting before the game ends, man. It's not gonna happen. I just don't see it happening, man.
So basically, you switching out Kyrie for Westbrook.
And Kyrie's more of an ISO guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Westbrook at least give you one move and cut to the rim.
Right.
Kyrie's like, I'm gonna give you every move I got until I get by you.
He Uncle Drew all day long, huh?
All day long.
I think that him going to the Sixers would help him more because, for one, it'll help Ben Simmons.
Right.
Because then now it's like, okay, we all know Ben Simmons can't shoot.
Right.
So now we bring
Keeping it so real.
We bring
But
a
he
guy
can.
like Harden.
He can.
Yeah. We bring a guy like Harden in. So now, if Ben Simmons slashes to the rim,
It's airtime.
are you gonna crash on him, or are you gonna stay out there? And then the same thing with Harden. Now, if Harden is out there, he can take Ben Simmons off ball. Ben Simmons can slash, can cut, all that. So I think it'll help his game, and then the rest of the guys is there too.
Yeah.
Does that happen this year? Do the Rockets move Harden like he wants?
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't do it.
They brought in some pieces. I think it's gonna keep him and Westbrook put for now. If anybody's leaving, it's gonna be Westbrook. Bringing in Christian Woods helps.
A very underrated player when he was with Detroit, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They made some moves this offseason. I don't know off the top of my head who else they brought in, but I've seen about 2 or 3 players come in.
You think PJ gonna stay?
I don't see where PJ would fit. Coming off the bench like a defensive small, we can't start PJ at center no more. You can't do that.
So it's time to get rid of the D'Antoni small ball since D'Antoni's gone.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Clint Capella's already in Atlanta now. Just start it over.
Man, they gonna have to do something else, man. That D'Antoni offense is good for records. Like, you know, like, oh, they scored the most points, made the most threes, but they never win championships.
Yeah.
You know, I hate him for when he took Steve Nash away. You know, Steve Nash may have won 2 MVPs, but at what expense? You know,
Right.
he never made it to that stage to show any benefit from that. They're gonna score points, but they're gonna give up. If they score 130, they're giving up 140.
That's what's up.
I want to send a special shout out right now to Miss Karen Wise on Facebook Live right now. She tagged a bunch of people to watch this show today, and God bless you for that. Thank you for that, Miss Wise. Tagged in a lot of people who probably have a sports interest, so we appreciate you doing that.
That's the fam, man. That's
Right
the
on.
fam. She probably tagging all the family right about now.
Ro McQueen agrees and says that Zion needs to shred some weight. So they agree with you on the Facebook Live there. We
Yeah.
appreciate all y'all for checking in. Now he can't escape the gauntlet though.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
ready.
go and get
I'm
them
ready.
seeds, man.
Now, so what we gonna do here? We're gonna go rapid fire. I'm gonna give you the matchups and the point spread, and you let me know who you taking in this one. and we'll give you a little background music to
you
roll.
know how we do. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Let him get his chops wet here. All right. We're going to start in the city of Atlanta. We have the 6-4 Raiders taking on the 3-7 Falcons. The Raiders are a 3-point road favorite. Who you taking?
I'm going with the Raiders.
You're taking the Raiders and the points?
Yes.
All right, okay. And we off and running. All right, we have the 3-7 Los Angeles Chargers going to 7-3 Buffalo. Buffalo is a 4.5-point home favorite.
I'm going with Buffalo. I don't know about the points, to be honest with you on that one.
But you're going straight up?
Straight up Buffalo.
Straight up Buffalo, okay.
Chargers find every way to lose, man.
They do. Anthony Lynn, I feel so bad for him. Oh, my God, they do. Okay, at noon, we have the 3-7 Giants against the 2-7-1 Bengals. The Giants are a 6-point road favorite. So they're about a touchdown favorite on the road at Cincy with no Joe Burrow.
I'm going to take that.
Okay, all right, so he's going Giants. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's going Giants there. Now, this is the one I need to whisper real low. We got the 7-3 Titans.
Come on, tighten up, as you say.
Tighten up. We got the 7, right, I got to say it with my chest. We got the 7-3 Titans, a 3-point road underdog at the 7-3 Colts, AFC South title on the line Sunday.
I'm rolling with the Colts at home.
With the 3.
With the 3.
Gina? All right, let's keep it moving because that stung a little bit. All right, we have the 4-7 Panthers at the 4-6 Vikings. Minnesota's a 3-point home favorite.
I'm going to take the Panthers on this one.
You going with the Okay, all right. He got love for Teddy Bridgewater on the road. Now, this is an interesting one here. We have the 6-4 Cardinals, a 2-point road favorite at 4-6 New England.
I'm going with Bill and Cam.
You going with Bill and Cam?
Bill and Cam.
Okay, all right. To cover. Okay, got you. All right, now we go with the 6-4 Miami Dolphins. They are a 7-point road favorite. That's a lot of points on the road in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But they're at the 0-10 Jets.
Will it be 0-11?
I heard Darnold's gonna be back too.
Sam Darnold will be playing this week. Yes.
Man, I just feel like the Jets gonna get one, man.
Nobody's going 0-16 anymore. I don't think.
I feel like the Jets gonna get one. If they get one against anybody, it's got to be against Tua, man.
Okay, so if nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, take the Jets and the points at least. They'll keep it under a touchdown. You're saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna they almost beat New England.
Right.
So I'm like they gotta pull one off. So I think if anything they gonna cover.
Okay, all right. So we have the 7-3 Browns on the road at the 1-9 Jaguars. Cleveland is given 7 points as a road favorite.
I'm going with Cleveland in that.
Okay. All right. So now we have the 8-2 Saints at the 4-6 Broncos. New Orleans is given 6 points on the road in Mile High in an early afternoon game. That's in Mile High.
I don't know about the points. I think New Orleans will win, but I don't know about that spread right there.
All right, so for you all that play money lines, read between the lines of what he said. If you're playing straight up, go Saints. If you're playing the point spread, go with the Broncos on that. All right, next up on Fox, we have the 4-6 49ers at the 7-3 Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are a 6.5-point home favorite.
Taking that.
Woo, hey, no hesitation.
No hesitation.
I'm taking the Rams then. Now, we have a possible, I said possible, ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl preview. The 9-1 Chiefs at the 7-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. KC is a 3.5-point road favorite.
Yep.
You're going KC and the points.
KC.
All right.
Sammy Watkins is back. I think Tampa's without Jamel Dean. It's gonna add up.
Now, see, these are the picks you need to feed
that's
your
what
seed.
That's what I need, right? I need Tampa Bay to lose.
Right. All right. Sunday night we have a rematch. The 7-3 Packers host the 5-5 Bears. Green Bay is giving up 9.5 points on Sunday night. 9.5. The Bears beat them in Chicago.
Yeah, but Trubisky starting. I'm going with Green Bay, and they gonna cover. They gonna cover.
So hey, Vegas knew that too. Then,
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And we have the 7-3 Seahawks at the 3-6-1 Eagles. Seattle's laying 5.5 on the road.
This gonna hurt me, man, because I'm a Philly fan. Seattle is gonna win the game.
I was ready to say what? Because if you took the Eagles, I'll say you know something we don't.
Nah, but the last 2 times we faced them, we got real close.
That is true.
If Clowney never gave Wentz the people's elbow in the playoffs, we was gonna beat them until Wentz went out.
Look, and last but not least, they don't have a lot on this game because the day keeps changing. But on Tuesday on NBC, we have the 6-4 Ravens in a huge matchup with the undefeated 10-0 Steelers.
Steelers will win.
Steelers will win. There you have it.
There you have it.
He went through that gauntlet.
He went through the gauntlet like a champ, man. I'm gonna throw one more out there. Tyson or Jones?
Roy Jones may leave the ring on his own. I watched the weigh-in. Roy Jones looked like he been doing the same thing I've been doing for the past 2 years. Eating fried food, drinking soda.
The trans fat count.
My man's Tyson turned to the side. I seen 2 rocks. Yeah. Roy Jones did this. It looked like my little brother. I was like, nah, man. I'm not interested in that.
He looked like a scared puppy right about that, boy.
I don't know who signed him up for this, man. Like Roy.
I thank you for reminding me of that tonight. I'm up there thinking about what I'm gonna watch tonight. It is gonna be that.
It's tonight. It's tonight. Yo, you know what it is, man. We've come to the end of the hour, man. It's been a fun show.
You crushed it.
The homies came through. I appreciate my homie Coach Flight coming through, man. If y'all are in the DFW, anywhere in Texas, San Antonio, man, make sure y'all come out. He will be down there in the building tomorrow, man. So at Flight Skillz, you know what it is, man. I won't give y'all a hustle moment today on air, but make sure y'all catch me later on, man. I'll give it to you off wax. So, you know how we do each and every Saturday, man. 11 to 1 right here, Fishbowl Radio Network, Bashani Radio app, man. And we'll catch you next Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yeah. They tell me all the time, Levi, what you got going on now? You always doing something. Always stay working. I just tell them, how you expect to be great, but your hustle don't match. Listen, the hustle unapologetic, can't